February Long Beach US coin signature auction held by Heritage, quite a few prized era coins and variety coins were on offer. One such was this 1992 Close AM Lincoln Penny variety from the Denver Mint, a coin that can, and in fact frequently has, been discovered in pocket change and by coin roll hunters. The Close AM refers to the reverse design, specifically where the reverse design coinage die intended to be used from 1993 onwards was accidentally pressed into service too early in 1992 instead. The distinguishing feature of this coin being a smaller, or to be it in this case, closer gap, as it were, between the letters A and M of America. Looking towards the base of the letters to see the difference is the best way to spot that. The coin was graded by NGC as MS65 red, and at auction it raised $3,120. Now, here's something that you really don't come across every day. In the year 2000, the first Sacagawea, or the new golden dollars, were set to be released for the first time. But before that, the mint had to test and decide on a final composition for the new coin. The only problem was that the dies for the new, as of yet unreleased designs were simply not ready yet. So, since the quarter dollar was so close in size to the new dollar coin, 1999 state quarter dies were used to test the new planchettes instead. Here is a Connecticut state quarter that is struck on just such an experimental manganese alloy planchette. Graded as MS62 by PCGS, this coin was sold at auction for $4,320. And speaking of Sacagawea dollars, that same first year of issue for the coin offered up a few different gems in terms of variety and era coins as well. A prime example is the much discussed 2000 Philly Mint Cheerios dollar. This is an unintentional variety created when a number of coins were needed for inclusion in Cheerios cereal boxes as a part of a promotional campaign, distinguished from the regular coin by its finely detailed tail feathers. The lot also included a penny that would have been included in the original packaging. Graded as MS67 and 66 red respectively, they were sold together for $4,800. No mint mark variety coins make for an interesting subject, as they are not defined by what you can see on the coin, but rather by what is missing from it. The mint mark, as the name suggests. Either there were no coins minted at Philadelphia in that year, such as the case with the 1922 No D cent, or the coin is a modern era proof coin, and should have, by that fact, the S mint mark from San Francisco. The latter is the case with this 1968 No S dime, where an obverse die, which was destined for Philadelphia, somehow ended up being processed as a proof die at San Francisco, resulting in there being no mint mark on this coin. The most famous case of this happening was, of course, the 1975 No S dime, but that is a story for a different video. Graded by PCGS as proof 68, this coin was sold at auction for $24,000. However, before moving on completely, there was another similar era, or technically a variety coin, that was also on offer. This time from the Lincoln Cent series, a proof 1990 No S penny. Although the era is known for a few different dates, specifically within the dime series, this is the only time that it is known to have appeared on a proof Lincoln Cent coin. Slapped by NGC, this coin has a grade of proof 69 red Ultra Cameo and was able to secure a closing price at auction of $3,960. Several other spectacular Lincoln Penny varieties were determined not to be outshined in their own right. So, if you'll forgive the audacity of a quick fire round, so to speak, in order to cover a few of these, a little more expeditiously. Here we go. First up is a 1972 double-die obverse memorial cent, with its spectacular rotated hub doubling on the obverse, affecting the date, liberty, and In God We Trust sections of the design. It is easily one of the top Lincoln cent varieties known. Graded by PCGS as MS67 Red, this coin sold at auction for $2,520. From there, we move on to a double-die reverse variety from 1983. It is extremely rare to find a coin to be doubled on the reverse side within the Lincoln Penny series, and you could hardly ask for a better case of doubling than that seen on this 1983 dated coin. Beautiful offset hub doubling that displays due south across the entire design. Graded by NGC as MS68 Red to see a closing price at auction of $2,640. With extremely good reason, the 1955 double-die obverse cent is easily the most famous variety coin on this list, or in its series for that matter. The doubling is so strong that it can hardly be believed to have escaped notice within the mint. The example here is graded as MS64 with a rich red-brown color and sold at auction for $6,000. And then, of course, the 1969 S double-die obverse cent is equally sought after by collectors of variety coins and the Lincoln cent series specialists alike, ensuring that a healthy, if not sometimes perhaps heated, bidding environment whenever they do appear at auction. This example was graded by NGC as MS61 Brown and sold at auction for $19,800. Varieties or errors on gold coins are far rarer to discover than on their silver or copper counterparts. The reasons for this is really not that hard to understand. After all, making a mistake on a gold coin is far more expensive than on a comparatively cheaper metal. And for this reason, quality control is also far stricter on gold coins. So when something like this 1909 over 8 overdates in Gordon's Double Eagle comes along, it certainly warrants a mention. A closer look can clearly detect the effects of the overdate on the last number of the date. This PCGS graded MS64 gem coin was able to change hands for $9,900 at auction's close. Another type of variety coin that can come about by the omission of a design element is one where the die was damaged or worn out during normal usage. The die then has to be polished in order to try to repair it effectively, but sometimes the person doing this can be a tad bit heavy-handed. And in the case of the 1937 three-legged buffalo nickel, certain design elements may be erased completely, such as the front leg of this buffalo. This is a beautiful example of this very rare and extremely popular variety, graded as PCGS MS65 with a slight golden patina sheen to it, falling under the auctioneer's gavel for $21,600. And then the sole representative on this list from the Indian Head Cent series is a doubled die obverse variety from 1873. Not, however, the famous FS101 type, but instead its younger sibling, if you will, the FS102 variety, where the doubling is limited to the last several letters of liberty across the headdress, instead of the more dramatic doubling of the previously mentioned coin. Not to cast aspersions on the coin by any means, as it is a very attractive example of its type that, if we're being completely honest, entirely exceeded even the most optimistic pre-auction estimates by a healthy degree at that. Graded by PCGS as MS66 Red Brown, it sold at auction for a record-setting $26,400. And then we come to what has to be the highlight of the lot, a 2001 D Penny dime mule coin. A fantastic error that, by all rights, simply should not exist. Struck on a regular Lincoln cent planchet, and on the obverse we can see that it was a penny dated 2001 from the Denver Mint by the date and mint mark. But the reverse is then unmistakably not a Lincoln Memorial design that it in fact should be, but rather a torch flanked by the olive and oak sprigs of the Roosevelt dime, a copper dime, one might think. Now, to date, I'm aware of only 5 penny dime mule coins that have come to light. The current coin, as well as another 2001D example, a coin dated 1993, also from the Denver Mint, a 1995 example of the same era, and then arguably the most famous is a 1999 example graded as MS66 Red by PCGS. This coin in turn was authenticated also by PCGS, but this time with a grade of MS65 Red that sold at auction for $78,000. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thanks for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.